Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Manifest. I realized that I didn't have this camera hooked into a USB like 3 slot, which probably I didn't notice. Well, I don't always notice my camera because it's very small when I'm recording for games and stuff. But you might have noticed there may have been hiccups in the recording itself, and I forgot I've got a Razer Kio Pro which runs at 60 FPS. But unfortunately, it requires a USB 3 connection rather than USB 2. Like it'll run off a USB 2, but it kind of gets lag and that bundles up, and then I just end up having like a couple of seconds of freeze frame, and then it goes back to normal. And I'm like, I gotta remember because it's really easy to do stuff on the PC and be like, oh yeah, no, like that. This is USB 3, right? And it's not. Like they're starting to look pretty similar, but usually if it's like the blue, that's USB 3, and then other stuff is like the black is USB 2. I don't think any motherboards at this point have USB 1 on them because that's crazy and very old tech, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. Like the whole point of I mean, it's already been a minute, but the whole point of this is to talk about games and stuff. And I just last night, as of recording this, which is actually Sunday, so the night before last when this goes up, beat Clair Obscur. It's like 32 episodes, I think. Recording time. Also, what the hell is wrong with my settings? I was trying to set something. Sorry. Because I'm checking my sound settings. Windows? Why can't okay, thank you. Yeah, I knew it. God damn it. It always sorry, let me set this back down. For some reason, it set my audio to 60. Like, I don't know what is up with Windows, but it can't seem to keep the audio where I want it to be. So for some reason that was down to 60. Oh, because it's trying to go off the Razer Kio Pro. That's not what we want, you dumb piece of shit. All right, there we go. I think thankfully, okay, I think it's fine. Let's see, let's check. Oh, God, don't use the Razer Kio Pro. Take that off. Don't allow. Sorry, professional here. HD60 Pro, leave that. Well, I'll leave that one on. And the Oculus one. Okay, I forget every time you like add a device, it's like, hey, don't you want to do the thing? And I'm like, no, I don't, actually. There's no reason for that. Okay, I thought it was messing with my audio volume, but it wasn't, because thankfully OBS, I've already got the sound set to come off of the thingy. Sound Blaster Audigy, which is what I'm going through with here. I have my mixer board going through a Sound Blaster card. Anyway, sorry about that, everyone. Man, like moving this up and down doesn't seem to make a huge difference. Well, I guess it does. Anyway, sorry. Clair Obscur. Beat Clair Obscur. Did I 100% it? No, but I got pretty close. I fought a lot of stuff and a lot of extra stuff. Many chromatic enemies. I don't want to go into too much detail because that will spoil things, but there are a lot of incredibly strong enemies in that game. And in the videos, I do get a bit frustrated because I'm not the best at the system. There are quite a few encounters where I needed to drop it down to story mode because, my God, those things like hit hard or they have so much health, and some enemies, I mean, the whole point is probably to fight against them multiple times so that you get a hang of their patterns and learn how to parry, jump, and dodge. Okay, I just saw it do the thing, so switching USBs didn't help. Oh well, we'll figure that out. I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. But like overall, loved the game. The combat system was very intuitive. It's just I am very impatient and I don't really learn as fast as the game would have wanted me to learn for some encounters. And plus, some of those encounters are just meant to be really, really hard. So you're really meant to wipe a few times as you learn the mechanics of the fight or the specific combos that each of those enemies is doing. So it's very good. There are so many ways to break the game there are these items you get throughout the game called Pictos, which you can equip to both learn an ability and to boost your stats in one way or another, whether it's HP, defense, speed, all that stuff. I think it's just speed, defense, HP, um, critical chance. But you can also learn Luminous from them, which are abilities that you can equip outside of wearing that Pictos. And there are, I, I don't even know how many I got throughout the course of the game, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get them all. And there are probably about 100 or more. So the game is meant to really explore and find a bunch of things and really break the game. And I ended up doing that with the build that I had by the end of it, which made the final encounter incredibly easy. But that's also because I fought a bunch of super bosses that had way more health or were just like way more dangerous. And I thought at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to blast through the final fight because I worked really hard to get here and I deserve to see the ending. So yeah, like Clair Obscur was, I have to say, it is probably one of the most emotionally compelling games that I have experienced in quite some time. It's fantastic. It's very tragic. Like you're going to be sad for a large portion of that game. There's a lot going on, but there's a lot of lighthearted moments as well. Lots of banter with the characters that's very good. It's just it's a very, very good game that's quite dark, has a lot of heavy emotional moments, some heavy topics in there as well, and just like holy crap, it through and through very, very good game. Like I liked all of the different characters. I liked going through their individual like stories and learning more about them and all that, and it was just it's very good. Like honestly, it's funny because watching me play the game, you'll probably be like, "Wow, this guy really hates this game." But I don't hate the game. Like I get frustrated because I am impatient and I'm like, I want to get through this fight, especially if I'm recording or if I'm on Twitch. This was a full just YouTube recording, no Twitch. But either way, if I fail a few times at something, I'm like, okay, I'm wasting everybody's time. I need to get through this. And generally at that point, that's when I dropped it down to story because I was like, I can't quite get a handle on this. And it feels like I'm just wasting time. And there's nothing wrong with that. The reason why there are difficulty levels is to make things easier or harder as you want. I prefer to have a fairly smooth experience, especially in a game like Clair Obscur, where it's very, very heavily based, story based. And I just want to get to the next part and see what happens because boy howdy, a lot happens in that game from the get-go. But it's a fantastic title. I would honestly say if you like turn-based RPGs with battle elements that are more interactive, you will like it. Nothing wrong with playing story mode if you just want to blast through and see the amazing story and everything weave together. It is a fantastic title. When I drop the difficulty, sometimes I was like, oh, it's like, but you know what? Who the fuck cares? You can play games however you want. Like, you don't have to be good at games to live life. And unfortunately, as somebody who's played a lot of games, you kind of get into your head where you're like, oh, if I'm not good at games, then like, what is there? But it's like, no, that's just, you can be good at games, you can be bad at games. It's all about just enjoying them. And I know there's some parts in there where people are like, he's really not enjoying this. And it's more just me being frustrated with myself. Like right now, I'm like, Clair Obscur is amazing. There were definitely parts that were very rough for me to go through, but that's just because I suck at grasping the mechanics or I missed tutorials somehow that had very important mechanics information in it. Pay attention to the tutorials. It's very important. There are a lot of different things you can do in battle, and if you don't know most of them, you will have a very bad time, because I had a bad time in a few fights because I kept trying to do something that I couldn't do because I was supposed to use another mechanic. So just be aware of that. The battle system is not that complicated, but it's also a little complicated. Like by about halfway through the game, you've learned everything you can do in battle, and there's quite a few different like counterattacks and things. So just be aware of that. And like I said, if that's not your thing, just put it down to story mode, and you'll be able to breeze through most stuff anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It is on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass and you like turn-based RPGs and also feeling sad, check it out. It's good. It's very good. Like and honestly, like going all through it and learning more about the story and the world and everything was just an experience because you're basically kind of guessing. You have an idea of the world and you keep going through and you're like, okay, I'm learning more, but there's more questions. But once you get to that point where you're like, oh my God, it's been this the whole time, then it's just insane. It's oh the twists. The twists in that game are so good. So definitely I'd check it out. If you don't want to play it yourself, I'm uploading it with my usual rotation. I already have the first 2 episodes up. There's going to be 30 total, so it's going to be coming out for a while. But very, very good game. Definitely would recommend to any RPG lovers out there or people who love like a good story with like kind of some life lessons baked in there as well. Excellent stuff. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all for being here for this week's Monday Manifest. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And we'll see you next time where I'll probably be talking about Indiana Jones because I think I'll have finished it by then, but we'll see. If not, we'll just talk about whatever. Maybe we'll talk about how much more it's been raining in Houston because it's been raining a whole lot. I want it to stop. But yeah, thank you so much. Have a great one and enjoy the rest of your week.